welcome to another masterclass with the Modern Conducting Academy. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Normandy, the founder, and tonight we are here with Chelsea Cook, and she's going to tell you how to make lemonade, making the most of what you have. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Chelsea.
Sorte, amor tirano. This is the aria that I was singing when I lost the Metropolitan Opera National Council auditions. And after losing this competition for the second time, I was subsequently forced to go into the elementary music classroom. Now, let me tell you something. Teaching was the last thing that I wanted to do. And here I was in a classroom surrounded by a bunch of broken, busted xylophones that they called Orff instruments. And to make matters even worse, I did not know how to play a xylophone. And I was still bitter that I had to be here in the first place. But little did I know how something bitter would become something beautiful. Hello, everyone. My name is Chelsea Cook, and I'm super excited to share this session, Lemonade, Making the Most of What You Have. Thank you so much for joining me on today. Before we dive in, I want to start with a fun icebreaker to get our creative juices flowing, or should I say our lemonade flowing. This is called our Household Instrument Challenge. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, right? Well, what about when life gives you no instruments? Make music anyway. So I invite you now to take 5 minutes to grab any household item around you. It could be a pot as a drum. It could be a set of keys as a shaker. It could be a rubber band as a guitar string. Anything that you can find that can make a sound. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to make up a song about this item. You can sing about it. You can rap about it. You can chant about it. Just make it as creative as possible. And you have 5 minutes starting now. Are you ready, Jacqueline?
I'm ready.
Here we go. It's an Orff reunion, and we're breaking all traditions, breaking all traditions. What you got in your house, Jacqueline?
I've got keys. I've got my keys. Yeah, I've got keys. I've got my keys. Woo!
It's an Orff reunion, and we're breaking all traditions, breaking all traditions. That was absolutely amazing. Give it up for Jacqueline. Give it up for Jacqueline. Give it up. Absolutely amazing. I love your inspiration. You didn't even know what you were going to do, but you just did it on the spot. And so that happens to us as educators, right? Sometimes we just have to think on our feet. And so in this, this is going to actually be tied to our theme. So thank you so much for just jumping in. This little activity is more than just fun. It's a taste of our theme today. We just made music with ordinary objects. We took what we had and created joy. That's exactly what making lemonade is all about. It's about making the most of what we have, even when what we have seems unusual or even humble. Before we continue, I want to take a moment and show you some videos that really inspire me. They never cease to inspire me. These videos, they show two separate individuals that learned how to make the most of what we have or what they have. And so today we're going to explore how to harness creative resourcefulness in our teaching and in our lives. This session is all about turning life's lemons, which are our challenges, our limited resources, our setbacks, into sweet lemonade. And so I'll share some other stories and some inspirational videos, some from my own journey, organized around 3 flavors of lemonade: basic lemonade, strawberry lemonade, and the Arnold Palmer. Each one represents a stage of making the most of what you have, from the basics to adding your own twist to mixing in new opportunities. The very first topic that we're going to talk about tonight is basic lemonade, finding the formula. The first written evidence of lemonade goes all the way back to 1000 AD, when someone figured out that the combination of water, lemons, and honey would make a pretty palatable beverage. And it is a formula that has been around for over 1,000 years. Just like the classic lemonade recipe: lemons, water, and sugar. This is all about the basics, using whatever you have on hand to create something sweet. Even if all you have are metaphorical lemons, basic lemonade is still good. In teaching, that might mean using limited resources or facing challenges head on with creativity and with hope. To set the stage, I want to share two short inspirational stories that never fail to move me. These videos show some people making incredible lemonade out of some big lemons. As you watch, think about what challenges they face and what they managed to create. In the very first video, however, I'm going to play the music first, and then we'll watch the performer. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the video of this performer. Now, I want to let you know, this student was in high school when he recorded himself playing this piece. And after he performed it, the video actually went viral. So let's take a moment to take a look. Now, just to give you a little bit more insight about this particular individual, he was around 16, 17 years old at the time, I believe. His name is Darius Simmons. And when the composer of this piece saw this performance, he invited him to actually come and perform the piece at Carnegie Hall. And then later he was invited to appear on the Steve Harvey show. And that's when I found out that not only did he just have 4 fingers, he had 2 prosthetic legs. So amazing and absolutely resilient, absolutely resilient. Now we're going to move on. I'm going to share with you the next video.
¿Entienden? Bueno, entonces tienen que atender.
Mi nombre es Víctor, toco el cello.
Mi nombre es Ada Maribel Ríos Bogado y toco el violín.
Ahí va.
group of kids in Paraguay actually made all of the instruments out of trash.
Look at this. That's a fork, people.
Let the gift of music shine through tonight on that stage.
Let's talk about it, Jackie. What did you think?
Oh my goodness. I mean, even when they showed the name of it, the landfill harmonic, that it's magical. So I live here in Costa Rica, as I was telling you, and it's a very rural jungle town by the ocean, and everything you use, every jar, every piece of ribbon, every piece of string, you save and you reuse. And many of our cities in the world are not very they're so used to easily accessible items. You know, the nearest stoplight here is an hour and a half away. The nearest Walmart is 2.5 hours away. There is no Amazon. I don't have an address. Like, my bank address is 600 meters west of the gas station. So we forget that you are able to, but we still make music. We still do everything. We are still happy and thriving. We just forget how to do things because everything's handed to us now. And so what I take away from that is that you can do almost anything if you put your mind to it, and you just look around and see what resources you have and just get creative. So I loved it.
Absolutely. You pretty much summed up. So what were the similarities between both?
Between both of what?
Both the pianist and the conductor. What were the similarities?
Exactly as you are talking about tonight, making lemonade. You have these fundamental ingredients, and you have something that some would consider too sour or not usable. But with the right alchemy, with the right mixologist, you can make the most beautiful, tasty, sumptuous dessert or meal possible, just using your creativity.
Mm-hmm. And were there any differences? Of course, there were some differences, right?
Yeah, and here's what I've noticed is that many of us have this preconceived notion of what perfection is now in music. That if it's not perfect, if it's not on a Stradivarius or a Kawai or a Steinway, it's, But I live in the jungle, and I've gone through 4 electronic keyboards because we don't have pianos here. There is no such thing as a tuner in this town. And everything is either the dry season filled with dust or the rainy season, it's raining right now, filled with mold. And so, everything disintegrates. So we make the best of what we have. So I use electronic keyboards for my lessons, for ensembles, and we still have a great time. It's the essence of joy that I would love to see our profession come back to. And this is why I love your teaching, because you emanate and exude this philosophy of we don't need all these costumes and the trips and this. As long as the kids have fun on a daily basis, we are winning.
That's true. Winning is not always a trophy, right? Or a prize.
Yes.
And it kind of, and I'm going to get to that in a second because that's key to what you just said. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. But you summed this up beautifully. And one of the things that kind of ran through my head was that one of these stories was about overcoming limitations, and the other one was about amazing creative resourcefulness, as you were saying earlier, about just taking what's right in front of you and just literally making the most of what you have. And so these stories truly remind us that limitations can spark unbelievable creativity. The first young man, Darius, he didn't allow missing fingers to stop him from playing at the highest level that he could. And those Paraguayan students, they did not allow poverty to stop them from forming what became a beautiful world-renowned orchestra. Y'all were on Oprah, okay? So, and focus, instead of focusing on what they didn't have, they focused on what they did have, which was passion, resilience, and imagination, which all of us should have as educators. And with them, the results were absolutely outstanding. And my thoughts on these videos is that we should make the most of what we have and stop making excuses for what we don't have.